All right, looks like it's receiving content. So let me post this link in a few different spots and then I'll get going. Game. There's that. Okay. So I've got it posted. It looks like our health is at okay, whatever that means. I think it's good. YouTube gets a little crazy. All right, so I wanted to play Final Fantasy X today. I just picked it up on the Switch. I was playing a little bit of it last night. I thought it's a really good port. Again, I haven't played it for hours upon hours, but I wanted to stream a game this weekend, so I thought, hey, why not stream Final Fantasy X on the Switch? I know some of you are probably interested to see what it plays like. Obviously, this is going to be on YouTube, so there's going to be some down loss on video quality, but it's still pretty comparable. Outside of that, just want to say that today's Easter, so happy Easter. For that reason, we're not going to have a podcast this weekend, unfortunately. I was talking with Eric, and we just couldn't get our schedules to line up. I'm available this morning. He's not available this morning. He had some stuff going on last night. I did too, and then I'm going to be busy on Monday. He's completely open on Monday, but I'm going to be busy on Monday. So we just couldn't make it work. So we thought, hey, you know what? It's a holiday for a lot of people, so why not just kind of relax this weekend, come back next week fresh with a podcast as usual. But I thought, hey, I'm not doing anything this morning, so why not stream some Final Fantasy X for those of you that still want something to watch this weekend. So without further ado, I guess we should get started. One thing I will say, kind of preface this, I was considering buying an international edition of this game on the Switch because it actually offers Final Fantasy X-2 and 10 and all the content on one cartridge. Whereas if you buy this game, at least in the States on the Switch, you get Final Fantasy X in its entirety on the cartridge. But all the other stuff like this, Final Fantasy X, Eternal Calm, 10-2, Last Mission, all this stuff, you actually have to download. They give you a little promo code. You go to the Switch shop and download it. Obviously, you're not paying anything additional because you already paid for it when you bought the physical edition. But it's a little disappointing that they couldn't put all this content on one cartridge for us in the US. I don't know why that is. I can understand, it saves them money to have like a smaller cartridge. But I feel like if you've already done it for the international version, why not do that for this version as well? So a little bummed out about that. And I still am bummed out too that I don't have the option to play the Japanese voice cast with English menus and subtitles and everything like that. It's really disappointing for me because we get that with Final Fantasy 15. Why can't we do that with 10? But I guess there's some issue maybe with how they're going to do royalties and such for the Japanese cast that wasn't really worked into their contract because they didn't really think this was going to be a thing later on. This was the first Final Fantasy with voice acting in any capacity. But outside of that, I think this is a pretty good port from what I played. I played it for like an hour last night. I'm gonna start from the beginning today just to give you all kind of a glimpse of what this is going to be like on the Switch. Pretty comparable to other versions, but anyways, enough of me talking. Let's get started. I love this game. Just will say. I got it right when it came out. Really, really special to me. Now, I think this is just the intro movie to the main menu. So we're going to skip this. Hopefully I didn't skip the game. Okay, good. All right, new game. That box up just in case some of you weirdos are up this morning. Not doing anything on Easter when otherwise it'll just be me today. That's fine. All right. Okay, so I understand the expert sphere grid. This is where it's not so linear. It'll let you go any direction you want. So for example, if I wanted Waka to be a black mage, I would just take him down Lulu's route. It's not going to restrict me, or I can choose where to start characters. Whereas the standard, it's like, hey, Lulu's a black mage, so she's going to start on the black mage part of the sphere grid or the skill tree. I'm going to go with the standard because that's the way I want to play it. So hopefully you all agree. So with the soundtrack, I really like the original right here. I think this is really cool that they give you the option to choose. Always big support of that. But I do like some of the arranged versions better. Some of the arranged versions, not quite as much, but I do think you can switch in between them in the game. So I think that's a really cool feature. I'm going to leave it at arranged because I like to feel like I'm getting something new for my purchase. I like how it's like, are you sure you want to play the arranged soundtrack? Yes, I do. All right. Classic Xanderkin. Hey, Mike, what's up? Oh, good to know. So he's saying standard has more spaces, so it's better if you want to go for max stats. Gotcha. This looks really, really good, though. The only thing is Titus's eyes, like, I don't know what's going on there, but, like, it just doesn't look as good, I think, as the original PlayStation 2 version. But here on the Switch, their skin is a little softer than the remastered version on the PS4. I don't know why. But on the PS4, it was, like, very wooden looking. This looks a little more soft. Maybe it's because it's not quite as sharp looking, which might be its benefit. But yeah, look at those eyes. I don't want to see his eyeballs moving. I just don't think that looks good. It's not quite as bad in this version as it is in the PS4 version and the PC version, but it's still kind of jarring to look at, but it's not quite as bad. It looks a lot better here. Again, I don't know if they did work on that or if it's just because it's not as sharp, but yeah, overall, it looks really, really good. I like it.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
Still better than the Final Fantasy 12 Vaughn look. Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. Those abs in Final Fantasy 12 on Vaughn originally looked terrible, and if you play the game emulated and you can upscale it, it just looks like Vaughn has like dirt on his abs. It doesn't actually look like abs. Totally agree with you. That looks terrible. The Zodiac Age remaster, they actually touched that up a lot, and I think it looks really good. But yeah, the original model, like Jesus Christ, I don't know what they were thinking. And Vaughn's the only one like that, by the way. I mean, if you look at like Bosch, and you see him without his shirt off, Like his muscles actually look like muscles, so I don't know what they were going for with Vaughn, but it doesn't look good. But I think this looks really, really, really good. Final Fantasy X, anyways. Only thing is, I'm not a fan of this first 5-minute intro. I like everything after this, but I think this is kind of a slow way to start the game. Be able to have to talk to these people. I guess it establishes that he's kind of a star, but the voice acting is so cringy here.
Can I have your autograph?
Jesus Christ.
Can I have your autograph?
Like, only the main cast of this game has good voice acting. Other than that, it's pretty hit or miss.
Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat?
He is a ladies' man.
He's blocking the front row. Fifth from the right.
Got it.
Will not be going to the East Block in the 5th row. That voice will drive me nuts. All right, let's talk to this. Talk to.
Hey, how are you feeling?
Great as ever.
Yeah, we're cheering for you.
The game tonight. It's very important.
Kid is so creepy.
Can you sign this?
No problem.
Please?
Alrighty.
Me too.
Take it easy. Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
2, 3. Teach us how to blitz.
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after.
Maybe tonight, well,
You can't tonight.
I mean tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
Now I love everything at this point forward. For a while, anyways. I really like the way they establish this relationship between him and his father.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jet, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day.
Just want to
Zanar, I
hear
says
this.
to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jack all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa, didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jack Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that have won through to the finals are, of course, the Abes from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Abes. In just 1 year, he's become the
I like how
team's
they just
#1 player.
overlook his name because, you know, they give you the option to name him.
What kind of super play will he show us today? Will we see his father's legendary shot?
I think it's just really cool that like they establish that, hey, like these people love his father. They look up to him. They reminisce about him, but he clearly has a problem with his dad. So I think that was a really creative way to do that.
Sorry. Hey, I'm gonna be late.
I've always thought it was strange. Like he's like
Hey, let
Michael
go of
Jordan
me.
or something, right? In this world, and like he has to go through the front entrance. Like there's no back entrance for him. It's kind of interesting. This is a sweet, sweet cutscene. When I first put this on as a kid, I thought this was like the best looking PlayStation 2 game I had ever seen. Obviously, it's an FMV, but you know, whatever. I was a little kid. I didn't know anything better. I remember being so surprised this song was in a Final Fantasy game, just because it has kind of that raspy growling voice. It just seems a little mature for what Final Fantasy had been in the past, but it's really, really cool. Orin's such a beast. I think I played through this game like 3 times before I like thought to myself, like, wait, how are they breathing underwater for so long? Interesting, some of the things you just ignore. I think the lore has something to do with like the fireflies, the little spirits that are like floating through the air. I guess they kind of give some kind of magical abilities to people. Final Fantasy has a fetish for their main characters, or characters in general, just falling. You have Cloud falling, you have Titus falling here, you have Hope's mom falling in Final Fantasy 13. I guess you could call Celeste falling in Final Fantasy 6, although that's a totally different concept. Things are getting real.
Orin! What are you doing here? What are you talking about?
Alright, so this next sequence of events, I think, is really well executed because it merges the tutorial of the game, so it explains how to play the game in a scenario that actually makes sense. Because Titus has never held a sword before. He's never, used magic. He's never been in combat, really. I mean, he's an athlete, so he's in shape and everything, but he's never actually had to defend himself in this manner that we know of. So Orin shows up here, and he's basically going to explain how to fight, and it just makes sense.
Huh?
It begins.
What?
Mike says, didn't they say that they're holding their breath? I think some NPCs mentioned that. I think they do, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I think they're actually holding their breath per lore purposes. Like, I think there's actually a scene or something like that somewhere that has, like, Yuna training to be a blitzball player, and she's, like, practicing holding her breath. I don't know. Seems a little silly to me.
Wait!
Yeah, I think you're right, though. I love this music. It provides so much tension.
Look,
Love how it just transitioned to an FMV right there. That was sick.
we called it sin.
Such a good introduction. Yeah, Mike. It's kind of interesting why Titus's weapon is not a blitz ball, but right here you have somebody badass like Orin just giving you a sword. Why not? I love how this scene just shows like he's never used a sword before ever.
My old man?
This is just awesome. In terms of like world building and character development. I hate when RPGs start off with a character and the first time they use a sword, like they're immediately like a gifted warrior, and like right here, Titus is like barely able to hold the sword. He like falls over. I think it's really cool how they do that. And right here you have Orin just basically guiding him through, you know, how to get through this battle, because you know Titus has never done that before, and Orin's like a veteran expert at this. It just makes sense. So throughout these battles, Orin's going to be giving him advice, and through that, you're actually learning how to play the game.
Cut the ones that matter and run.
See, don't bother cutting through all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run. If you've never played a turn-based game before, you know, this kind of gives you the bare minimum to like get through the battle, but it's not going to like break everything down baby style to where you want to hang yourself. It's just letting you know, hey, don't attack the ones behind you, attack the ones in front of you to keep the story going. So really, really cool. I like that. Mike, you bring up a good point. Final Fantasy IX is my favorite Final Fantasy, and the play battle I thought was really cool too, because it's really, really fun. You know, it lets you actually act out a battle without any real stakes, and it's good for lore purposes. So that's a really good tutorial system too. Right here, I'm not as much of a fan of these like little text boxes like this that pop up, but it's really, you know, it's very straightforward. When a character's overdrive gauge beneath the HP MP display is full, that character may use a special unique attack once. Right now, Orin's is full, so it's going to let us do this immediately. What I don't like right here is it doesn't tell you what you have to do until you do it, but there's not really a huge stake here. If you mess it up, you're not going to, you know, die or anything like that. So let's see if I can do this. I don't even remember what it is. There we go. Boom, right there. Done. Now I can do all future limit breaks from now on, because that was really straightforward. Alright, now we got Titus's. This one I'm not as much of a fan of, because I don't know. Like, I just suck at it. See, I suck. Sorry, guys. But the pacing of this is really well done. Like, I think technically I could go through this entire battle and not use a potion and I would almost be dead, but I could just keep attacking. And it's balanced in that way so that if you are new to RPGs, you're not gonna, you know, die before you get an option to save. It's gonna let you keep going. What's up, Lane? But it just gradually builds up the difficulty. Yeah, that's what I should do, Mike, huh? I'm sure I'll be better the second time. Usually by the end of the game, or at least an hour into the game, I'm pretty good with it. Yeah, I know Demi can't kill you, and I think that's a good option for an intro area like this, because it keeps the stakes high, but it's actually not gonna, you know, kill you. So I think that's really cool that they do that. They made that decision at this point.
What are you laughing at, old man? Lauren, let's get out of here.
We're expecting.
Huh? Give me a break, man.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that too, Mike. It was really, really fast. I can't remember if it was slower and on the PS2, but I feel like things on this at least the Switch version is a little snappier than what I remembered on the PlayStation 2. Now, basically, we're going to keep attacking these until it gives us the option to attack that oddly placed piece of machinery that's on the right.
Bad. That. Knock it down.
What?
Trust me.
There
You'll
we go.
see.
Lane, you're tempted to get this, but you just played it about 2 years ago. I just played it on the PS4 about 2 years ago. 2 years is a long time, man. Time to pick it up again. Yeah, at the beginning of this, I did say that I picked up basically I got this from GameStop just because I'm trying to support them from going out of business. Because I like buying used games. But you can get, like, I think it's an international version of this game on your Switch that will actually have all the content on one cartridge without you having to download anything. You have to get it online. But I was tempted to get that version too. With this one, you actually have to download all the extra content. It only comes with Final Fantasy X. If you do get it, consider that. Yeah, so many games, little time. Read. Oh, Venus, I agree. This is a great game. I love this game. I think the first like hour or two of this game is just awesome. Like, so many different things are happening, and like you're constantly getting a change of scenery every 10 minutes. You know, there's so much tension. You don't know what's going on, just like the main character doesn't know what's going on. It doesn't seem forced. It's really, really good. It was $50 new, but you're getting Final Fantasy X, 10-2, last mission, the little stupid little half-hour story sequence, and I think the audio drama. It's a good deal. Granted, I own this game like 5 different ways a Sunday, but this looks really, really good on the Switch.
You are sure?
Like, this game has aged so well.
This is it. This is your story.
See, right here, like, this thing is sucking a bridge up, but Orin's able to stay on the ground. And like Titus is like only floating there, but it's like sucking like an entire bridge up. That always kind of cracked me up. One of the things I love the most is manipulating the ATB bar in order to end battles once you got nearly all abilities on the board. Yeah, there's a lot of different things you can do. I just like the fact that I can switch out party members in battle, and it actually is the way to play the game. Which weapons and everything like that, it's really... Alright, so where is Jack here? There he is.
I thought about a lot of things. Like, where I was, what I got myself into, I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy.
A very odd line.
I think I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore.
Yeah, Venus. Square Enix has milked me for money with so many times with these Final Fantasy games. I bought Final Fantasy VII on the Switch too, and like that's like the 5th time I bought that. They're just so good.
Anybody there? Aaron! Hey!
Okay, now this quick recovery thing is something they added. I guess apparently, at first I thought this was just like it would like heal you all, like your entire party, without using any items or magic, which I did not like. But I guess it still uses your items or your abilities or whatever. It was already available in the original edition. It just wasn't as easy. So hey, I don't mind this. I think this is kind of a neat addition. I'm probably not going to use it, but it's interesting. Now, I don't think this Switch version has like the ×3 speed or anything like that, but I'm okay with that. Outside of that, I do think the kind of odd thing that I always have to get used to with this game is the fixed camera angles, because right now I just want to like turn the camera angles around and like really see what's going on here. But this was early in the Final Fantasy 3D days, so they were still wanting to control everything. Sorry guys, I'm trying to read the comments and and still go forward. Yeah, Mike, that quick recovery thing was new. Venus says, yeah, I just bought the Xbox One version of Final Fantasy 7 and 9. I just had to start achievement hunting. I thought that was pretty awesome. These games would be available on Xbox. Yeah, like I had the same thought. Like, I kind of was curious to see how it plays on the Xbox, and if it was actually the best way to play the games now. I don't know. How'd you like it? How am I? Duh. Feel dumb. I know there's a chest over here. Because this game is very linear. Yeah, there's some delay with the port of 9, which I was not happy with. Doesn't really matter for battle and stuff, but for things like the jump roping sequence, it's not very good. I don't know, that 9 port I got on the Switch and it had all sorts of issues, really made me upset. Oh, that's good. It's a good port on the Xbox. That's awesome. I'll have to think. I think that's the only way I don't own that game on the Xbox. Have you ever heard of the Echo S mod for Final Fantasy VII on PC? Is that the thing where like AI basically upscales the backgrounds because Square used to just draw their backgrounds in the PlayStation days? If that is what you're talking about, I have heard of it and I want to check it out. I heard specifically there's another version of that for Final Fantasy IX now too, and it looks really, really good. Now, I'm supposed to lose this battle. I remember the first time I played this, I was just like, I used like all my potions because I was like, how am I supposed to win this? You don't even let me level up. I think I have to stay alive long enough to get to the sequence of events though, where like it initiates the cutscene. So I'm just gonna play it safe here. If I'm messing that up, I apologize. If it's frustrating you. Oh yeah, somebody was posting about that, Venus, in our Discord server about that, and they kind of showed a trailer with some of the voice acting and stuff. Like, so even like on the command prompts, it'll read the command prompts to you and stuff. It was really, really cool. Very much applaud the effort put into that because it must have been a serious hassle to have to do voice acting for all of Final Fantasy VII. But it's really cool. The voice acting, but it is, you know, a mod. It's not actual, you know, Square Enix produced, so they weren't paying these people as far as I'm aware. So, you know, you can only expect so much for free. It's really cool though. I haven't checked it out entirely. I've just seen some videos on YouTube. Need to survive 2 to 3 turns. $200 voice actors, 200 plus voice actors for the entire game, and it's fan made.
I had made it
That's
out
incredible.
of the frying pan and into the freezer. I thought I was gonna die in this place.
Speaking of mods, though, have you gotten the? I'm trying to remember what it's called, but it's a mod that'll kind of relocalize Final Fantasy VII, and you know that has like a team of 30 people, and it's really interesting to see some of the changes. And these are actual localizations. This isn't just one guy. You know, oh, this is what it actually says in Japanese. They're actually relocalizing it because the localization of Final Fantasy VII wasn't the best, just because it was quickly done, and some of the scenes actually are a little clearer. It's not so vague. It's a really cool mod to check out. I wish I could remember the name of it, but if you Google it, it'll come right up. I really like this music.
Cold. Need fire.
Alright, so I'm going to search for some items. I think there's a save point over here. I am a ritual saver. I will save every option I get. So, I remember when Final Fantasy X first came out, some people were a little upset that the save point restored your health. They didn't like that. They felt like that made the game too easy. I get it, but I'm a big fan. I like it. I think it was a good idea. Oh, dude, my guy are sick. Yeah. They actually fixed that in the Switch version and the PS4 version too. I don't need to save now. I'm not that much of a... So I was surprised they fixed some things like that. Same here, Venus. I used to play these games a lot. Still do. I try to play them At least once a year. If I have time. I feel like that would have definitely been like not that fresh. I feel like it would have decayed a lot more. Who knows how long it's been sitting there. Alright, I think that I can. I can. Sorry if it seems weird with what I'm doing. I have a light in front of my face, so like, you know, I have good lighting and I'm not like in shadow, but it's like right over my computer screen. So sometimes when I'm like looking at the screen, I'm having to like adjust my eyes to not be blinded by this light, but it sometimes makes some of the stuff on the screen look blurry to me when it doesn't look like it on the screen. Mike says, I always wondered why they did this fire stuff apart from the temples puzzles. It's never used again, and those get their own tutorial. Yeah, that doesn't really hurt the game too much. I don't mind it. The temple puzzles, that's the one thing I don't like about this game. I'm not much of a puzzle. I don't have a lot of patience for puzzles, so I tend to just trial and error it till I get through it, and it drives me up the wall. But they're not too bad. The one at Bavel, that one is terrible. I think that's the one with like the ramps, the automatic ramps. That one I lose my mind on. I will probably never be live streaming that portion of the game.
I need food. What do you want?
It was a bad call. Your team lost because of you.
You came to say that?
It's been 10 years. I thought you'd be crying.
Who, me?
You cried.
You've got them all memorized? That's impressive. There's stuff like that I'm just not good at memorizing. Even like Final Fantasy VII, I've played that countless times, but when it comes to getting Vincent, like, and I have to like the code for like the safe and stuff like that, I still have to look up. I still look up what to say to get Yuffie.
Just hold on. I'll get more.
I don't know. I just don't retain information like that. I admire people that do, though.
Give me a break!
Really weird. He's got like bags under his eyes in this that I never noticed. I've always wondered why they have one Al Bhed member with a gas mask on and then like nobody else is wearing it. Like, I would be very suspicious of this guy. Like, what do you plan on doing? Do I need to put my gas mask on?
You on my side? Cool.
All right, let's use a grenade. Now, when I was in the Marine Corps, they let us throw some grenades in training, and I will tell you, you do not want to be this close when you throw a grenade. I realize, it's turn-based. It's supposed to, not actually simulate actual battle. It's supposed to be more strategic, so I get it. Gonna hack away at this guy till finally, there we go. Nice booty shot there of a 15-year-old girl.
Phew. That was close.
Awesome.
Hey, let me go.
Redek Drak! Ifin, Dirisa Tekirka! Wag Edeku! Gemed?
Fed! Srivada Grisa!
Realnia Drakisha Tate.
Ifan Petit! Fapuneket Fedrik! Kuno.
I always thought it was interesting that she basically says sorry there in Albed, but it's pretty clear he doesn't speak Albed. I guess, I don't know. She's only seen him speak English. She hasn't seen him speak Albed, so I thought it was interesting that she still chose to speak Albed there. Not a criticism or just observation.
Kid, it's Daija.
Hey, that hurts.
Usujek, right?
Whoa. Okay.
Hey, there's brother. This guy.
Right, whatever.
Tuli Hod Kabeg?
I said I don't understand.
Rakonala!
Fed! He said you can stay if you make yourself useful.
You understand me? All right, I'll work.
Go save. Is something I can pick up? Secrets of the Albed language. The Albed language thing is not something that I particularly
What's this?
like. I like the idea behind
Kind
it, but
of
if you
crane?
replay the game after collecting all of them, you don't really learn that much. It's really important. But it is an interesting replay value mechanic.
You don't have to shout.
Oh, almost forgot.
All right. Let's.
We found some ancient ruins right beneath us.
Right.
It's not active now, but there should still be some power left. We're gonna
That's
go down there and activate it.
scary.
And then we should be able to salvage the big prize.
We're gonna go underwater and then turn something
Okay,
electrical
let's
on.
get to work.
Roger.
So this is really cool. I like this part of the game. Because essentially what we're doing is the airship that you get to fly, or I guess I don't want to say fly, but the airship that you get to explore, whatever, use in the game later. This is the airship. Like, you know, they found this underwater right now, and you're going to get to go aboard the airship that you're going to get to use later. It's just underwater. They haven't salvaged it yet. So I think that's just really, really cool that they thought that through like that. A text message. Oh, no. People are telling me Happy Easter. Happy Easter, y'all. All right, let's. Oh, god damn it. This is his way of examining the computer. Just like, ah, screw it. I'm just gonna bang on it. Alright, I'm trying to remember what to do. Looks really, really good on this. As far as this is a really, really good port. I haven't noticed whether the music restarts after every battle, so I'll have to keep that in mind. That just chuckles in the distance. Oh, this is weird. This is more of an atmospheric track, so I can't really... If the music is restarting after every battle, it doesn't necessarily bother me as much. Guess I'll have to wait to see until later in the game. Alright, so I just turned that on. I think I have to go back over here. And there we go. Does she have anything? No. I wonder if I can steal something. Alright. This octopus was carrying a grenade with it. That's scary, but I'm glad we disarmed it. Go ahead and use that. That would have been an excellent time to use a grenade. This is an interesting mechanic where you stand by and gain HP, because it's not really used again in the future that I can remember. Yeah, she's out. Yeah, she should probably... Oh, let's see what happens. Get crazy. Ah, no, I want her to live. And she... back. Well, that blew a hole in the wall. I don't know if that was the original plan, but it worked. Go over here and save, though. I don't want to use all my potions. If I can get over here. Did they close it off? Ah, they must have closed it off. That's unfortunate. Alright, whatever. I guess after blowing a hole in the wall, that somehow turned on the spotlights. So that's good. Jot that down for future reference. Meanwhile, back on the ship.
Verfutra airship. Tradanukt van een nek.
How we got up there,
Tungadib.
that a ladder, I will never know.
Where? Wichita.
Hey! Hey, I helped out, didn't I? Huh. Hungry. Whoa! Right on.
What an animal. Doesn't even use a spoon.
Hey!
Battle all these monsters, survive, eating dinner,
It's 'cause you eat too fast.
very dangerous.
Hey!
Hello there. What is your name?
Riku?
Whoa! You really do understand. Woo-hoo-hoo!
He loves TV dinners. Yep. That's what I thought.
Why didn't you say so earlier?
This
I
doesn't
didn't
seem
get
like a
chance to.
nutritious meal.
Everyone thought we were a fiend.
We?
Oh, we means you.
Who are you guys anyway?
We're Al Bhed. Can't you tell? Wait, you're not an Al Bhed hater, are you?
I don't even know what an Al Bhed is.
Where are you from?
Xanarkand. I'm a blitzball player. Star player.
very
of the
odd thing to
Xanarkand
say.
Eggs.
Did you hit your head or something?
You guys hit me?
Oh, right. Do you remember anything before that?
So I told her everything there was to tell about Xanarkand. About life there, Blitzball, and Sin's attack. And about how Aaron and I were engulfed in this light. I just said things as they came to mind. But then I started to wonder. Did I say something funny?
You were near Sin.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, you'll be better in no time. They say your head gets funny when Sin is near. Maybe you just had some kind of dream?
You mean I'm sick?
Because of Sin's toxin.
Yeah, Titus's voice,
You sure?
Yeah.
when
there is
they're
no
narrating,
scientific
I think is really well done. Like, I think it fits perfectly.
So no one plays blitzball there.
Huh? What do you mean, 1,000 years ago? But I saw Sin attack Xanarkand. You're saying that happened 1,000 years ago? No way!
All right, let's go save. One thing that frustrates me about this game, which is just an artifact of the time, is the lips were, I don't want to say synced, but they were made on the character models to move with the Japanese audio. So, a lot of times if you watch closely, he'll stop talking, or at least you'll hear his voice stop talking, but his lips will still move, 2 or 3 seconds afterwards. And if you focus in on that, it's kind of distracting. It's really bad in certain scenes, and I wish there was some way they could easily fix it without it costing a fortune. But unfortunately, that probably will never happen.
You said you play blitzball?
Uh-huh.
You know, you should go to Luca. Someone might know who you are, or you might find someone you recognize.
Luca?
Ah.
Huh.
Okay, leave it to me. I'll get you to Luca. Promise. You'd rather stay here?
Uh-uh.
Okay, I'll go tell the others. Wait here. Oh, and one thing. Don't tell anyone you're from Xanarkand, okay? Yevon says it's a holy place. You might upset someone.
Oh, uh-huh. My Xanarkand? Some kind of holy place? Yeah, right, I thought. Since when? Yevon? Sin? Luca? I thought Sin just took me to a faraway place, that I could go back in a day or two. But 1,000 years into the future? No way! Whoa, whoa!
Quite the kick. But it wasn't just you. Well, there goes Titus.
Riku! Blitzball!
Hey, you okay?
There's the infamous Waka. You see how high he went in the air? I have to think when he went back in the water, he definitely hit his head on the ground. Like, look how shallow it is.
Yo. Hiya.
You wanna try that move one more time?
Finally. Things were starting to look up.
You know amateur. Who you play for?
The Xanarkand apes.
What team you say again?
You can
I meant... Forget
look at the other NPCs, they clearly are not
I got
as well
too, close to Sin and my
polished.
head's all foggy like. So, I don't know where this place is. Or even where I came from.
Sin's toxin got to you. But you're still alive. Praise be to Yevon. All right, back to practice. I'm Waka, coach and captain of the Besaid Aurochs, brother. What, you hungry? Okay, back to the village. I'll get you something.
Talk to these people real quick. After this nonsense. Over here and...
I felt like I could trust this Waka, so I just had to ask. It's true Xanarkand was destroyed, right? 1,000 years ago? So it's just a big pile of rubble now, isn't it?
Long time ago, there were a whole lot of cities in Spira. Big cities with machina, machines to run them. People played all day and let the machina do the work. And then, well, take a look. Sin came and destroyed the machina cities. And Xanarkand along with him. Yeah, that was about 1,000 years ago. Just like you said. If you ask me, Sin's our punishment for letting things get out of hand. What gets me though, is we gotta suffer because of what some goofballs did way back when. Of course, we must always repent for our sins. That's important. It's just that it's hard to keep at it sometimes, you know?
It was just as Riku said. Waka and Riku couldn't both be lying. Why would they?
But you from the Xanarkand Daves, that was a good one, huh? Hey, I'm not saying that team never existed.
Hold on, I'll wait for this to end.
But you gotta figure, a team living in luxury like that be pretty soft, eh?
I appreciated the fact that Waka was trying to cheer me up. But at that time, all I could think about was everything that happened to me. All this started with Sin. Maybe if I could find Sin one more time, I could go home. For now, I just live life until that time came. No more worrying about where or when I was. Sure, it was hard not to think of home, but I started to feel better already. A little better, maybe.
So, like, these narration sequences, I think that usually they're pretty good. Every now and again, you have like a last line or two like that kind of seem conflicting with what was said before. You know, Waka was just trying to make me feel better. I wasn't feeling better. Then he ends with, I'm feeling better. Kind of silly. But in general, I think the purpose of them are really well done. And I really like how they showed that, you know, he didn't really believe Waka, or he didn't believe Riku. He had a hard time believing it, that he was 1,000 years in the future. He couldn't believe that. I mean, he just thought, you know, oh, I'm, you know, on the other side of the planet or something, or somewhere far away. I'll just get home in a day or two. But there's no way I'm actually in the future. But then, you know, he ends up on this beach, and for all he knows, this person does not know Riku, and he tells him the same exact thing, and it starts to click with him that maybe they're telling the truth. Maybe, you know, I am in the future somehow, some way. This doesn't make any sense to me, but you know, I like that. Like, it seems reasonable that this would be a way that he would actually start to believe such an absurd thought, was that two separate people actually told him the same exact thing. I like that.
Hey, it's this way.
And this Besaid Island theme is awesome. Very, very chill. Oh boy.
What's the big idea?
water for a little bit. Man, back in like 2001 when this game came out, this was just amazing looking. I didn't think life could get much better. I feel like Waka could have considered, like, I don't know, there's like piranhas in this water before he pushed me in here. I mean, he saw me do blitzball, but he didn't see me fight. Taking a lot of liberties here. All right, now let's see if the music starts over after this battle. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. Let's get it both. Can we adjust this camera angle so I'm not looking under? Oh, there we go. Check out this chest. There we go. I think actually I do have the ability to use a sphere grid now. I forgot about that. I could level this up a little bit, but I don't really feel the need to. I'm pretty much killing stuff in one hit right now, so I like to let that stuff build up a little bit before I use it. One of these days, I'm going to do a no sphere grid run. I've seen that done online before where people will play the whole game without using the sphere grid, and you have to use a variety of different strategies to get through the game by just harvesting items and you know, really taking advantage of the equipment system. I think that's a really cool way to play this game. I think it would really kind of create a new experience, but not trying to do that today. Ah, God. I still suck, guys. I'm sorry. I'll get better with time, though, I promise. I'm going to blame it on the Elgato lag.
Let me go!
Got a favor to ask you.
You want me on your team, right?
Hmm?
You can tell Square's just showing off now with all these different camera angles. They're like, look at this.
All the teams in Spira will be there.
We're not 2D. We're not doing,
So huge, I'm sure someone there will recognize
you know, backgrounds.
You can
This
go
is
back to your old team,
full-blown
right?
3D.
It'll be fun. What do you say, huh? Come on, come on.
Sure thing.
Dude, our team is gonna rock, eh?
I thought then that Blitzball and Sin were the only two things that Spira and Xanarkand had in common. I wasn't too far off either.
This is where I was born. I started Blitz when I was 5. I joined the Aurochs at 13, 10 years ago. 10 years, and we never won a game. Well, after last year's tournament, I quit.
Is it just me?
Right.
But he seems way over 23. He seems like 30, 32. But whatever, I'll accept it.
So, after quitting, I got this new job, yeah? But every time my mind wandered, I thought about the game.
10 years without a single win will do that.
My first match last year was my big chance. But something else was on my mind. I couldn't focus.
Nice excuse.
Hey, hey!
So you want to win the next tournament. Go out with a bang. So, what's our goal?
I don't care how we do, long as we play our best. If we give it our all, I can walk away happy.
No. If I say, what's our goal? You say, victory! When you play in a blitzball tournament, you play to win.
Victory? You're serious?
Dude, my guy. He says 10 years and never won a game of the Cleveland Browns of Spira. I like how shocking it is to Waka that he's like, victory? I'd never considered winning. Pretty depressing.
Ah, the one from the sea.
Be on guard. There are fiends on the road today.
After surviving your run-in with Sin, it would be a shame if something happened now.
Surprised this guy has already heard of Titus's arrival and his whole story.
Luzu and Gata, Crusaders.
Word has gotten around here fast.
Cruise of what?
What, you forgot that too? Hey, sorry. Don't worry about it. I'll help you out.
Cool. In return, come tournament time, I'll make sure we take the cup.
Cool. About the Crusaders, you can ask them yourself. They got a lodge in a village. Besaid village.
They got any food there?
We'll get you something over there later. Take a look around first. Let's see.
I love this remastered soundtrack
Lodge is over yonder. Luzu and Gata are usually
for this
there.
particular song. But the actual acoustic guitar, it sounds really, really good.
All right.
I should say classical guitar.
Over here.
Huh? What's up?
You do remember the prayer,
You
right?
can hear the nylon strings. Like it. Whoever is running the Blitzball League needs to get the Aurochs some better draft picks. Their team should be stacked by now. Yeah. You gotta think they're on an island. Like, how many people could they possibly draft from? They really need to start drafting from somewhere else. I guess, from Xanarkand. Alright, let's do I don't remember.
I didn't know it in the first place, to tell the truth.
Man, that's like the basics of the basics. All right, I'll show you.
I like that line. Like, Jesus. This is a really cool scene. I like this scene.
Go ahead, you try. Hey, not bad. Okay, now go present yourself to the temple summoner.
Any blitzball player would know that prayer. It was the blitzball sign for victory.
This is such a good game. Alright, so I'm gonna open this treasure chest that's like right out in the open like this. Sorry, whoever lives in here. I think there's an inn right here. This is Waka's house,
Go
actually.
present yourself to the temple summoner before we eat, yeah?
How does he have shelving on the wall in this tent? That was crazy. Alright, we must go. Might as well go up here.
It was then, standing in that place, I began to realize how different this world was from my own.
You think? Hmm.
10 years have passed since Lord Braska became High Summoner.
Let's say I know that guy.
And finally, we receive a statue for our temple.
The world building for this game is so strong.
Oh, what's a High Summoner? I got too close to Sin's toxin.
He learns quickly.
It was funny hearing myself make the same excuse over and over. Funny and a little sad.
The Summoners are practitioners of a sacred art, sworn to protect the people of Yevon. Only a chosen few become Summoners, who call forth entities of great power, the Aeons. The Aeons hear our prayers and come down to us. They are the blessing of Yevon.
So what he meant was that we should respect some kind of great men or something like that, I figured.
But in here is in the other one. I don't remember. Save point here. Maybe I'm thinking of a different temple. Oh well. And you walk up here and they're gonna be like, don't do that. Okay. Yeah, I totally agree, Dubin guy. I think it's really well done. I know some people will say it's kind of cheesy or like that's a cheap way of doing it. But I don't think necessarily that the fact that, you know, he doesn't know anything, I think it makes sense for the story. And that if you are to do that, this is the way you would do it, where it isn't cheap. We do see this type of narrative design in a lot of games where, you know, it's this the stereotypical main character there or protagonist that, you know, has amnesia and therefore they have to explain everything to you. But I mean, Titus doesn't actually have amnesia. It's kind of, you know, a little nod at like the trope without actually doing the trope. So I like the way it's done here. And it really lets you get invested in this world. Right. I could have swore like there was the tent that was like the end that had like a save point. I thought it was on the right hand side, but I guess it's over here. There's the shop. Remember in 10-2 there's that item you can buy for like 900,000 gil or something crazy like that in that shop. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. All right. Gents, I'm going to take a quick minute break, grab another cup of coffee, restroom, and I'll be right back. So I hope you enjoy this music. All right. Sorry about that. Keep your eye on the round fellow. Talking about this guy right here? Yeah. All right. He's very busy, isn't he? He's just like walking around this very small room. Has to say. Looks like he should be in the Final Fantasy VII remake, right?
Gotta save the planet, right?
Or however he sounds like in the trailer. All right. Letting a cat sleep on here. Hopefully you don't have allergies. Talk over here.
Hey, you! You were attacked by Sin, right? Recently, was it?
I think so.
So, Sin can't be far.
This is a very
You're not
reasonable
hiding anything, are you?
scene to
Why
have.
would I?
If Sin's nearby, it'll attack the island for sure. But it hasn't. I wonder why.
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything. To tell the truth, I don't even know what the Crusaders are.
You're kidding, right?
Sin, the toxin. Gotta tell him who we are.
Yes, sir. The Crusaders are sworn to battle Sin. We have chapters throughout Spira, accepting all who wish to join our struggle. The hero Mihen formed the Crusaders 800 years ago as the Crimson Blades. Later, our ranks grew and we called ourselves the Crusaders. We've been fighting Sin ever since.
What? You've been fighting 800 years and you still haven't beat it?
Well, we've steered Sin away from towns many times. And that's all we can do. Nobody's ever been able to defeat it. Our mission as Crusaders is to protect the temples, towns, villages, and people of Spira.
So, then whose job is it to defeat Sin?
Is Sin's toxin really this bad, sir?
It does seem rather bad. We could just tell you, but I think it better for you to try and remember. Go pray at the temple. Perhaps Yevon will help you regain your memory.
I love how he's like, oh, this is an especially bad case. Never seen it this bad before. You don't know anything. But yeah, that is a very reasonable question to ask. Like, hey, you were attacked by Sin recently. Does that mean that it's far off? Or close? Should we be watching for this? Very reasonable. One thing that's bothered me with this world, though, is that, you know, like, look how close this is to the water. I'm assuming the water's right over there. Like, you know, if Sin's attacking, I know Sin can fly and all this stuff, but it seems like it would be reasonable to not have, you know, your towns, like, right on the water. Like, I would go underground, I would go in the caves, and I realize that Sin could still get you there, but I think the idea would be to make it more difficult to get attacked. But I guess, you know, this is the way of things. They're really, really passionate about their faith, and they feel if they just pray, that will somehow keep Sin away. So, and, you know, they seem to take it upon themselves anytime Sin does attack, that means they were not being repentive enough, or, you know, they weren't adhering to the laws of Yevon enough, and that's why they were attacked. So maybe that's the reason why they don't feel it necessary to you know, try to make it more difficult to be attacked. Joel says people hate on Titus, but he's one of the most human FF characters in the series. Yeah, I can agree with that for sure. All right, I'm trying to remember what I have to do here. Not going in here. They told me to go pray at the temple. Please let the Aurochs score 1 goal. I think if I leave...
Sorry, man. No time for lunch yet. Take a nap.
Time to take a nap.
You could at least go see how they are doing.
We can't interfere. It's a rule.
But it's been nearly.
Dun 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 dun.
But it's been nearly.
It's been nearly a day already.
Perhaps you could go look for us.
Touching flashback.
People are searching for him now.
Thank you.
Who cares whether he comes back or not?
But he might die.
Fine, let him.
Do you hate him so? But if he dies, you'll never be able to tell him how much you hate him.
That wasn't a good dream. What I really like about Final Fantasy X, well, there's many things, but particularly with Titus's and Titus's relationship with Jecht, through these little flashbacks, it really makes Jecht out to be like a serious asshole, and he kind of was an asshole, but you're really getting to know Jecht the way that Titus knows Jecht, right? But it's not necessarily the way Jecht was all the time. And I think that's really important, that the player is able to understand the relationship that he has with his father, the way that Titus sees it. And over the course of the game, as Titus realizes, he starts to have other memories of Jecht and realize that, oh my God, like, Jecht wasn't an asshole all the time. In fact, it was his mom that was kind of the asshole. She was very much not concerned about Titus as a kid. She wasn't in his life as much as he would like. And he resented that, and he took it out on his father because his mother was obsessed with Jecht, the superstar, and she was always wanting to be around Jecht, but she never wanted any time for Titus. And so he always blamed his father for that. And once he realized that now as an adult, he's able to come to terms with the fact that, like, well, his father really wasn't that bad after all. Sure, he wasn't as sensitive as he could have been, but there was many times where he told his mother to go be with Titus, like, you know, he's your son, take care of him. So it's really interesting how the game unfolds in that manner. I really think they really knocked it out of the park with that. I guess we'll do this cloister trial thing. I really hate these puzzles. Although I think this one was really easy, so that means it'll only take me a half hour to do it.
The summoner hasn't returned from the trial.
Eh?
Well, apprentice summoner, really.
Huh?
There's a room in there called the Cloister of Trials. Beyond is where the apprentice summoner prays. If the prayer is heard, the apprentice becomes a fully fledged summoner. Remember?
So someone is in there somewhere and they haven't come back out. Right, I got it.
A day's already gone by.
Is it particularly dangerous in there?
Sometimes, yes.
Why don't you go in and help?
There's already guardians in there. Besides, it's forbidden.
Hey, Hey, but what if something happens? What if the summoner dies?
Our precepts must be obeyed.
Like I care.
That was a good scene. It really shows the stark
Maybe
difference
this
between their
wasn't
beliefs.
such a good idea after all.
Jesus Christ. This is where this stream goes downhill, guys. I don't like these puzzles. Alright, let's touch this. And there's a door. Can I go back up here? Maybe I could stick that in there. Okay, let's go down here. Yeah, let's... If I remember correctly, yeah, there's some... Okay, so... Oh yeah, there's the... Okay, so I think there's some... Okay, does this door stay open? I can't grab that out of here, right? Oh, I can, okay. I think there's like some kind of... Like, I think this wall will unlock, but I think I have to... Obviously, I have to stick it in here, so let me just go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so I gotta do it here for... Rica. Alright, so destruction sphere. So this should give us a prize of some sort. Oh, I think I have to go all the way back out to the other thing and... Oh no, I must be missing something, guys. Like I said, I don't remember all of these. Just because I just do trial and error until I figure them out, so that's probably not the best method. Alright, so I stuck that in there. I stuck it in the other one. What happens if I stick this back in here? Ah, we have to touch the symbols, okay. What happens if I stick this in here now? Okay. That do anything at all? And I touched it. All right. So this is what I mean by trial and error. Touch that. Let me put this back over here. You think after like 1,000 years, like there would be like some kind of like Wikipedia going around all the summoners, like, hey, here's how you figure out this trial. Or do they like routinely change them? Did this do anything? What you got? Oh, let me just make sure that didn't magically do anything. Oh, okay. Alright, let me go back up. Grab that sphere, and then I'm going to come back down. Stick it in that little hallway. I feel like I already did that. Let me stick this destruction sphere in this other one. There we go. That did something. Thank God. All right, let's go here. And a rod of wisdom. I wonder who we're going to use that for. All right. Pushing it.
Hey.
That wasn't so bad.
Hey, it's okay. Only summoners, apprentice summoners, and their guardians can enter here. It's a tradition, very important.
So what about you?
Me? I'm a guardian.
A guardian? Whoa! Ah!
Summoners go on a pilgrimage to pray at every temple in Spira. Guardians protect them.
I love the hymn of
Guardians
faith.
in there now. One of
So
them's
well
got
written.
a short fuse, and who knows what the other's thinking. Well, now that we come this far, might as well go all the way.
What are you doing here? Didn't think we'd be able to handle it.
No, it's just... See, I told you she gets mad easy.
Is the summoner all right?
Who are you?
What a coincidence. I remember when I first saw this, I was like, geez. As a kid, I was like, this is so photorealistic. Looks good today, though.
I've done it. I have become a summoner.
Man, was I surprised. And here I was thinking summoners were all old geezers.
Hey, over here!
What? Ow!
This is a great scene.
Wait till you see this.
I can't see anything.
Ready?
Okay.
I had never seen anything like it in my life. Sure, it was a little scary, but still, I could feel a strange kind of gentleness coming from it.
This summon I'll very rarely use.
I remember that night we talked for the first time. I didn't know it then, but after that night, everything changed. For everyone. For me.
Let me introduce you to the team. This guy here wants into the tournament so bad, I let him on the team. His memory's a little fuzzy, so don't mind him if he says anything odd. Come on, say hi.
Hi guys. So what's our goal?
To do our best! Nope, we got a new goal now. Our new goal is victory! To win every match, defeat every opposing team, to bring the Crystal Cup back to our island. That's all we need to do to win. Easy, huh?
You're like, victory? Victory!
Victory! Victory! Victory! Victory!
Silly scene, but I enjoyed it. Talked to
Sure got the boys worked up, huh?
You heathen!
Stay away from the
Oh
summoner!
God.
You're a bad man!
Lady Una, be careful.
But it was really my fault to begin with. I'm Yuna. Thank you so much for your help earlier.
Huh? I'm sorry about that. Wasn't I not supposed to? Guess I kinda overreacted.
Oh no, I was overconfident.
I saw that Aeon thing. That's amazing.
Really? Do you think I can become High Summoner?
Lady Yuna, come play with me some more.
So, tomorrow then.
Tomorrow?
We're going on the same boat, aren't we?
Oh, really?
We can talk more.
Huh.
You can tell me all about Xanarkand.
She's cute, yeah?
Yeah.
Don't get no ideas.
No promises there, big guy. Hey, but what if she, like, comes on to me?
That's not going to happen. If you get tired, let me know. I had a bed made for you.
Good scene. So this background atmospheric sound with like the crickets and the owl, I kind of wonder if this is the same audio file that's used in Final Fantasy IX when you crash into I can't remember the name of the forest, but the forest in the beginning of the game where the airship crashes and you have to go find the dagger. I was playing that the other night and this kind of reminded me of that. What if it's the same file?
Stay away from the summoner!
And then you have some of the corniest voice acting ever.
Stay away from the summoner!
Alright, so let's go in here.
Good.
We're going to get an interesting scene with Waka and Ulu. After Titus's perverted dream, I think this is.
Where's that boat?
Everyone will find us if it doesn't come soon.
You really sure this is okay?
Would you take me to Xanarkand?
Hey,
What's he doing?
you said you'd go with me.
Oh, hey,
I thought Waka told you not to get any ideas.
This is a nightmare for Titus.
Yeah, so you're coming with me.
Hey, stop dreaming!
Jesus, Titus.
You with a
Go in the future and you just cause a scene.
Oh, what's the matter? Gonna cry again? Cry, cry. That's the only thing you're good for.
I hate you.
Huh? What'd you say?
You have to speak loudly.
I hate you!
Huh?
That's the spirit.
You can do it!
I hate you!
He's dead, okay? Dead.
It's a really good scene.
does look a lot like Chapu. I was surprised too, the first time I saw him. But no matter what he looks like, he isn't Chapu. You shouldn't have brought him here in the first place.
Yeah, but he needed our help.
Excuses again?
Yeah, but...
That's it. No more. Enough, Waka.
Scary. So, who's Chapu?
My little brother, Chapu. He looked like you.
He's dead?
He was with the Crusaders when they fought Sin last year. He didn't make it. I first heard on the day of the tournament.
Oh, so that's why.
I became a guardian to fight Sin, yeah?
Revenge, then?
That was the idea. I'm more worried about a stupid game now than avenging my brother. Well, after the next tournament, I'll be a guardian full-time. I know it kinda looks like I'm using you, but I'm not.
Don't worry. I mean, I owe you a lot. You really helped me out, you know? What I mean is... Thanks, Waka.
Stop. You're embarrassing me.
What's interesting is when you later get to actually see Chapu, or at least like a ghost of Chapu, he doesn't look anything like Titus at all. So I don't know how Waka thinks he looks like him, or Lulu thinks that he looks like him, because Titus looks nothing like Chapu at all. If they ever did a prequel, though, to Final Fantasy X, where they talked about Braska's pilgrimage, I think it would be really cool to visit that scene where Waka's brother dies, just to kind of experience it, because it's, you know, brought up so many times in this game. I think there's a lot of neat stuff they could explore with the lore. They went back and did a prequel. It'd be really, really cool.
Hey, sleepyhead. Something I want to give you.
Whoa! You're giving this to me?
Yeah, use it well.
Great minds think alike,
That's
Venus.
the sword you gave Chapu.
Well, he never used it. Where's Yuna?
We're taking the same boat as Yuna, right? Why do we gotta wait here?
Yuna came to this village 10 years ago, when the last calm started.
The calm?
Since then, she's been like a little sister to me and Lulu. But she had the talent. She became an apprentice. Now, today, she leaves as a summoner.
This is our journey. We should leave together.
You really don't need all that luggage. They're not really my things. They're gifts for the temples we're to visit.
This isn't a vacation, Yuna.
I guess you're right.
She just leaves it there.
Okay, off we go.
Dibs on the suitcase that Yuna just left. All right. I got our sphere grid here. I got 2. Might as well.
comes
It's a really
right
good
now.
battle thing too.
Hey, why don't you try out that sword I gave you?
No problem.
Again, they're gonna explain more of the battle system, but it makes sense with the lore, right? He's basically traveling with them. Waka's a guardian. Makes sense that he's gonna teach him the basics of battle, more so than what Orin explained, because Orin was just explaining it in terms of, hey, we need to just stay alive right now so I can fulfill my obligation to get you over here. But now that we're actually here, we're going to go a little bit more in depth with these actual guardians who are supposed to be experts in battle, right? What kind of sword did I just get? I'm still using that. Is there anything better? No. No. I did find that staff. All right.
That looks like trouble.
Ha! Watch this.
Nope.
Told ya, only magic can beat that thing. If you can't beat them down, you gotta use magic of an element they don't like.
Magic? Element?
Let's have our black mage show you what I mean. Luke, you're up.
Clueless, aren't you? Good thing I'm here. Spells of ice work well against fire fiends, and ice fiends are weak against fire magic. You follow?
I get fire and ice, but what about lightning and water?
Lightning and water are opposed. This one here is a water fiend, which means...
Oops. I'm going to do that. Amazing. Her outfit is so ridiculous. Nomura was at the height of his obnoxiousness when he designed that. It is very stylish. 1,000 belt buckles.
Take your time.
Let's get going, man.
We're gonna wait.
Huh?
Are you ready?
What's going on?
It's an ancient custom. People leaving the island pray here for a safe trip. Chapu didn't pray that day. Said he'd miss his boat.
Again, great world building. World building and character development. Spot on here.
That should do it.
We want to create a new file. Let's go over here and see what happens.
This isn't the way to...
Ah, okay, that's right. We still got to run into Kamari. There's no way I'm doing more damage than this giant beast. Maybe I should use a potion. One thing that's always bothered me in RPGs is when I fight a character that's going to join my party. Like, I hit him like 1,000 times, so apparently they have like 8,000 HP, but then he'll join my party and he'll have like 300 HP.
That's enough.
I'm like, what happened to all these hit points you had?
What's with that guy?
Kimari Ronso, of the Ronso tribe. He's learned the fiend's way of fighting.
That's not what I meant.
He's another Yuna's guardians.
Huh?
Sometimes we don't understand him either. Kamari doesn't talk much anyway. But he has protected me since I was a child.
Huh.
Given that Kamari essentially raised Yuna for part of her life, and given the way that Kamari is like such a 2 to 3 word speaker, I'm surprised Yuna is as sociable as she is. Obviously, she's been around other people, so that probably helped, but a lot of times you inherit kind of the social structure of your parents. If they tend to be more secluded, you'll be secluded as well, or more of an introvert, etc. I don't want to switch now. Okay, fine. I'll switch to make it.
Your first real battle. Let's see some style.
Show us what your training has taught you, Yuna.
Okay.
We're doing the full thing, baby. Attack. Sure. I keep thinking this thing's about to die any second. This thing has a ton of HP. I think we're just building up my ATB bar. That's all we're doing.
problem. Leave this one to me, huh? Say goodnight, birdie.
See, this tutorial system is just really well done. Like, it's not dragged out. They don't try to teach you the entire game in, like, you know, a 20-minute span. They just slowly give you information as it comes. They don't try to, you know, be ridiculous about it. I don't think Titus can actually attack this creature, but yeah, he can. Okay, it's been a while. I mean, it's really good. It's really well done. Low key, it's not frustrating. The special again? Or I shouldn't have done that. Damn it. Oh well. Is that water? See? Magically, they give you one of each for every character to really reinforce the battle system. That. He doesn't want to talk to me. Does a little prayer. Now let's get on the boat. I'm ready to get this ship on the boat. It seems like such a weird way to get the binoculars. Not just going up to him like a person and being like, hey man, can I borrow those real quick? Let me hop on your shoulders. Oh my. I really like this remastered version of the song. Sounds really
Come to think of it, I haven't told you where we're going. First to Kilika Island. Then we change boats and head for Luca. Before that, though, Yuna's gotta pray at the temple. I'll be guarding. We'll be praying for the Aurochs' victory, too, so you come along, yeah?
Great plan.
Hey, it is a great plan.
Don't look at me.
Word is, that summoner's got noble blood. I heard she's Lord Braska's daughter. You don't say.
Lord Braska's daughter?
Talk to come. Doesn't want to talk to me.
So, is Yuna's father famous or something?
She's the daughter of High Summoner Braska. You saw his statue at the temple. Lord Braska defeated Sin 10 years ago. Yuna's the heir to a great legacy.
It's tough when your father's famous.
Huh?
Waka's a bit lacking in the imagination department.
Huh?
Thanks, Lulu. I'll keep that in mind.
Chase is like, yeah, he's freaking stupid.
The wind. It's nice. You're a blitzball player, aren't you? From Xanarkin, right?
You hear that from Waka?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Waka. Waka doesn't believe me at all.
But I believe you.
Huh?
I've heard in Xanarkin, there is a great stadium, all lit up, even at night.
Huh?
Great blitzball tournaments are held there, and the stands are always full.
How do you know that?
A man named Jack told me. He was my father's guardian.
Dun, 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 dun.
Checked.
Could it be?
My father. His name is Jecht.
Amazing! You know, our meeting like this must be the blessing of Yevon.
Sounds like him, but it can't be him.
Why not?
My old man, He died. 10 years ago, off the coast of Xanarkand.
I'm sorry.
He went out to sea for training one day and never came back. And no one's seen him since then.
Why, that's the day that Jecht came to Spira.
But,
It's true, I first met Jecht 10 years and 3 months ago. I remember that was the day my father left. The date fits, doesn't it?
Yeah, but how would he get here?
You're here? Are you not?
Good things can't last. Dude, look at that wave. Thing is huge. He's screwed in this boat. It just occurs to this guy now.
What do you think you're doing? Stick a harpoon in him and we'll all get dragged under.
Zin is going for Kilika. We gotta distract it. Our families are in Kilika. Forgive us, Lady Summoner.
Wait! Oh boy.
I should have got Lulu out there. Oh well. Given the fact that Sin can wipe out like an entire city, I think it should be very clear to everyone that he's really just toying with us right now.
How many of these things are there? The fin. That's where they're coming from.
Alright, so we need to get walkout here. Keep Titus for this. Kidding me? I can't attack at a distance with Waka. Whatever. I don't remember that. Get her out, and I'm just gonna summon. That way we can just take care of this real quick. Actually was not a good idea. We'll see. So I can't currently attack him when he's like that. That's right. Alright, so now I want his overdrive to come up, but I don't want to die either. Alright, let's hopefully... There we go. Oh, there goes that. Alright, Lulu, do some magic. Almost made it through. just want to keep attacking this thing. Maybe I should take one or two of those little things out. I'm fine. Alright, let me kill one or two of these things just so I'm not getting slaughtered over here. I knew that was going to happen too. Let's go ahead and just take care of business. That way I'm not healing every other turn. He needs to be healed. Definitely need to use the high potion. Screw it. There we go. He's got to be close to dead. What I got? I got antidotes, and I got 4 Phoenix Downs and 1 potion. And who's it? Baka. So it's going to attack twice. So I need to get rid of... Alright, so I get 2 turns, the boss gets 2 turns, and I get 2 turns. So I think on this round, what I'm going to do is I'm going to heal him. Waka's going to get a turn. Alright, now it's Waka's. Okay, so... I shouldn't have wasted that last potion, but I had no idea of knowing he was going to die right there. But that's how RPGs go. You always run that risk. I hope. It's like 3 back-to-back fights, basically. Oh boy. Gut-wrenching. This really just shows you the power of sin and the amount of destruction and heartache that sin has brought to this world. This is such an important scene. This one and the one that follows it.
When Sin attacked Xanarkand that day, I woke up in Spira. I kept hoping it would work in reverse, too.
I will defeat Sin. I must defeat Sin.
I was just fooling myself. Maybe it was that day, on the sea, under the burning sun. I started to give up hope. I was in a foreign world. I wasn't going home. This was my new reality, and I was stuck in it for good.
Greetings. I am the summoner Yuna. I have come from the temple in Besaid.
Oh, milady summoner!
If there is no other summoner here, please allow me to perform the sending.
Thanks be to you.
Our loved ones. We feared they would become fiends.
Please, take me to them.
I would agree with that, Doom Guy.
We'll see what we can do to help in town.
Coming up is probably the best cutscene in the game.
What's a sending? Are we going somewhere?
You truly are clueless. Are you sure it's just your memory that's the problem? The dead need guidance. Filled with grief over their own death, they refuse to face their fate. They yearn to live on and resent those still alive. You see, they envy the living. And in time, that envy turns to anger, even hate. Should these souls remain in Spira, they become fiends that prey on the living. Sad, isn't it? The sending takes them to the far plane, where they may rest in peace.
Summoners do this?
This is such a good cutscene. Imagine the heartache. People you knew, you just start seeing her sending them to the afterlife. You know you'll never see them again. Kind of like the last goodbye.
It must be tough, being a summoner.
Yuna chose her own path. She knew from the beginning what it meant. All we can do is protect her along the way, until the end.
Until the end? What's the end?
If only you knew.
Until she defeats sin.
Oh.
I hope I did okay.
You did very well. They've reached the far plane by now, but no tears next time.
I wished there would never be a next time. No more people being killed by sin. No more sendings for Yuna. Everyone stood there watching her. It was strange, and somehow horrifying. I never wanted to see it again.
Yeah, so Final Fantasy 15 could have used a scene or two like that to really send home what the Empire was doing to the world. Instead of all that stuff happening off screen, that would have helped. Alright, but with that aside, we are at the 3-hour mark. That's kind of where I wanted to get to today. But that's Final Fantasy X on the Switch. Pretty good port. I'm going to keep playing it. I'll let you all know what I think. If my opinions change on the port itself. The game is obviously a fantastic game. One of the best games on the PlayStation 2, I think. So y'all should check it out. But with that said, it is Easter weekend. Me and Eric, we really couldn't get our schedules to line up. I'm off. I'm not off, but I'm open tomorrow evening. Or Eric is anyways, and I'm not. I'm off today, really, and Eric's not. Last night, both of us were busy. So, you know, we really couldn't get our schedules to match up. So, unfortunately, we won't be having a podcast this week. But we will be coming back next week as usual. But try to make up for that. I thought I'd stream this game anyways, just picked it up. So I was kind of anxious to play it on the Switch. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next week. Take it easy, guys.